Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. I'm Brian Moritz. Today I get to walk you around a 2022 Winnebago Boldt 70BL four-wheel drive. So this particular Boldt is built on the Mercedes Sprinter chassis, 170-inch wheelbase, and the Boldt gives you an option to have a four-wheel drive, which we did opt for on this one. We'll walk around the outside first and then we'll head inside. First thing I want you to see, we've got a power awning that is a Carefree power extend, power retract. It also has a wind sensor built into it, so if it starts to bounce around too much in the wind, it'll just retract itself to hopefully prevent some damage. On the roof of this Winnebago Boldt, we've got a Coleman Mach air conditioning. Now what's really cool about the Boldt is it has a Pure 3 lithium battery pack and a 3600 watt pure sine wave inverter, which means we can run that air conditioning as it sits. You don't need any kind of an external power source, but we'll get into that a little bit more as we go. Now also up there we do have two 115 watt solar panels totaling 230 watts of solar on the roof, just to keep those lithium batteries charged, keep you off grid a little bit longer. Moving back on the passenger side, right here we've got a couple of connections. On the left side we've got a cable in, so if we are in a campground and they have cable available, we can just plug it into the van and have cable TV. A 12 volt receptacle so that you can charge your phones or whatever with a 12 volt. This is a ZAMP solar connection, so if you go and buy one of those remote panels, you can just set it out, 100 feet away from the van and get additional solar power. And then two 110 volt outlets on the exterior for whatever you need power for. Coming around to the back of the Winnebago Boldt, we've got a backup camera up top. That is a full color HD camera. Obviously we have a removable ladder. It does lock on here. The knob here does lock so that it cannot be removed if you don't want it to, but it's very easy to take off. It weighs less than 5 pounds. So if you're not gonna need it, take it off, leave it in the garage. Down below, 2-inch receiver with a 5,000 pound towing capacity. And then to the left side of that, the Sprinter chassis does come pre-wired for a 7-pin connector. So you'll have trailer brakes, trailer lights. You will need to add a brake controller for trailer brakes. And then last but not least, we've got a remote LP. Now that is connected to the propane tank underneath here. So if you want to carry like a external barbecue or something, you can just plug it in back here, not have to carry additional propane bottles. In the back, I've got the bed configured a little weird right now, but we'll get through that. We've got the exterior hot and cold shower, a couple of light switches for the rear, and then right here we've got a water pump switch so we don't have to go inside to turn on this shower. Over on the passenger side, a little bit of storage. There's the hose for the exterior shower. And then with the Boldt you do get the roll left screens, so we can leave these doors open. Ooh, don't fall down. Zippers on both sides. So with this screen, there's a couple different ways we can set it. Right here, this is just open, so we can still see in and out unobstructed. Now from the inside, we can open this up and we'll have kind of a bug net so that we're still getting air in if we have these doors open without all of the bugs. Now what's really cool about these screens is over on this side, we do have a magnet, so we can still get in and out of the van without having to use the zippers every time we want to open them up. Coming around to the driver's side, this is where we're going to see more of our utility stuff. Down below, we've got the dump for our gray and black water tanks. So you have 26 gallons of gray water. That's going to be your rear dump. And then forward, we have the black tank, which is 24 gallons. The freshwater capacity on this Winnebago Boldt is 21 gallons. So 21 fresh, 24 black, and 26 gray. Coming back a little bit, we've got the 30 amp connection. So if we are in a campground and have power available, we can hook up and just run directly off of the campground's electricity. But they designed the Boldt so it never had to be in a campground. So if you don't want to go, you've got solar, lithium, it'll charge the batteries while you're driving. You have a ton of different options of how to use this van. Right here, we've got 3 different water connections. So city fill, this is just going to be water pressure off of your campground. Tank fill to fill up that 21-gallon freshwater tank. And then your black tank flush, which is just a sprinkler system inside of the black tank to help sanitize it. Moving forward, I mentioned it already, but the Winnebago Boldt is built on the Mercedes Sprinter 170-inch wheelbase chassis. That is powered by the Mercedes 3.0 turbo diesel, which produces 188 horsepower, 325 foot-pounds of torque. Now, on the back side of this engine, you do have a 7-speed automatic transmission, which does ensure decent gas mileage. So we can head on in now. So if you opt for the 4x4 model, you do not get the power sliding door on these Mercedes chassis. But as we come in, nice and spacious kind of entrance here. Up top in the front, we've got a nice big storage overhead. Forward of that, a really big cabinet. So right here we've got all of the manuals for this Winnebago Boldt. We have 2 USBs, 1 12-volt and 2 110-volt power plugs in that cabinet. Down below we have the removable adjustable table just to sit here. Now both the driver and passenger seat do swivel around to become part of this living area. So this driver's seat could come around. If I want to play a game of cards, we could have 2 people sitting here, no problem. There's also a shoulder or a 3-point seat belt on this, so this is a legal place for someone to ride while in transit. And up above we have two USBs and 1 more 12-volt outlet, as well as just a little storage rack here. And this ram mount can be moved, so you can slide it left or right, or you can take it off altogether if you don't want it next to your head. Behind this seat, we have a little hidden storage pocket that's actually pretty decent sized. Maybe throw the stuff you don't necessarily want to be found in there if someone were ever break in. Moving forward into the kitchen area, we've got the 1-burner true induction cooktop, so you just need a magnetic pin in order to use that. Again, that can run directly off of the batteries and the 3600 watt inverter. Down below, Greystone microwave. Again, it'll run without being plugged in. Drawers underneath for additional kitchen storage. And then back behind, we've got the NovaCool 4.3 cubic foot 12-volt compressor refrigerator with the freezer tray or chest. Single bowl undermount sink with the cutting board on the bottom of that Corian cover. And then of course we've got overhead storage along the kitchen. Directly across from the kitchen, I'm going to let you go ahead and head that way. Directly across from the kitchen, we have a 32-inch long or wide by 45-inch long wet bath. So there's a shower, a toilet, and a sink in there. Just enough room to handle your business and get out. All right. And then in the back is going to be our bed area with more storage. So on the driver's side of this van, you have a 26-inch wide by 74-inch long bed, And then on the passenger side, you have a 26-inch wide by 81-inch long twin bed again. So your passenger side is a little bit longer, 7 inches longer, but we can connect these two beds to make just a huge king bed back there. When we are done, or if we don't want to have a king bed, these two cushions actually act as backrests for this van. This little support just folds away. This entire system is hinged back here. And then, again, 26-inch wide, 74-inch long, 26-inch wide, 81-inch long twin beds. Now, there's some stuff in here right now, but a nice big storage cabinet with an adjustable shelf up and down. There's actually two shelves in it. They're just kind of on top of each other right now. Big storage cabinet. And then probably the biggest storage that you have available in this Winnebago Boldt is going to be in the very back. So right now inside of it, we have our screen kit for the driver, passenger, and windshield, as well as the floor mats for the front of the van. We pull those out upon delivery just so they stay nice and clean for you guys. One more cabinet. Now in this cabinet, we have all of our AV equipment. So cable in, HDMI port, two 110 volt outlets. So if you wanted to add a DVD player or a satellite dish or whatever to this, we could just put it in this cabinet. It's all pre-wired directly to the 27-inch TV. On that TV, we do have a sound bar just to give you a little bit better sound quality, and it is on a pivot arm, so we can move it around and make it viewable from wherever you're sitting in this van, and then it just locks right back into place. So going up to the cab area, I did mention that the driver and passenger seat do swivel around. So all we're going to do to swivel these, there's a handle here on the front, turn it around, and now that's how you do the passenger seat. Driver's side's the same thing, but now I can move it back to give me a little extra space up here. Both the driver and passenger seat are power seats with memory and heat, so they are heated seats. And then we get the flexible lagoon table. Now this can go up and down. We can move it around to where we need it to be. It's just on a ram mount, but it does flex and store very nicely, completely out of your way, up against the back of this seat. Coming into the cab, so push button start. The only thing with that is you just have to have your foot on the brake when you push the button. Over here on my left side, I've got the seat adjustment for the driver's seat, as well as my memory. So 3 memory slots and heated seats. We do have powered mirrors that are heated. On the steering wheel here, the left side is going to be my cruise control settings. Now this does have adaptive cruise control, so I can increase or decrease my following distance, set my cruise control speed, accelerate, decelerate, all of that right here. Now I also control my dash from this side of the steering wheel, so I can scroll through the different options. Pretty much anything that we can do on the radio, which I'll show you in a minute, we can do here on the dash as well, just to keep you nice and safe, your eyes on the road. This stock right here is going to be the control for my 7-speed automatic transmission. So down for drive, up for reverse, push the button on the end to put it in park. On the right side here, we've got the 4-wheel drive switch. So push that and you'll be in 4-wheel drive, which is a low range 4-wheel drive. Over here, we've got the big screen. So right now we're on the navigation. Now what I really like about this Mercedes screen is it's actually a good touchscreen. You don't really have to force it by any means, but we can also control it from the steering wheel, so you don't ever have to take your hands off the wheel. So we can go here to info, see what our engine's doing, how much horsepower, making how much torque, our battery level. Media, we do have AM, FM, Bluetooth, and Sirius XM. Now with this Bluetooth, we do have the capability of Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. And then if we go into settings, we can look at all of our assistance. So traffic sign assistance, lane keeping assistance, active brake assistance, attention assistance, blind spot monitoring. This thing's loaded up with all the modern safety features that you would expect on a modern vehicle. And then also on that screen, when I put it in reverse, we get the full color HD backup camera. Now, it does have grid lines that move as I turn the steering wheel, just to keep you extra safe. Also, we have proximity sensors all the way around the front and all the way around the back. So if you're getting too close, it'll start to beep at you and it'll give you, kind of a warning light on those proximity sensors. Controls for the radio, if you don't want to do it on the touchscreen or on the steering wheel, we can, quick get to navigation, quick get to radio, quick get to phone, or quick get to camera. Down below, we've got just our HVAC controls, so temperature here, fan level here, AC, your deflector, so we could put it on defrost on our feet, on our chest, wherever you want it. Hazard lights, maximum defrost, recirculation vent, and then your rear defroster. So all your standard HVAC stuff, as well as 4 cup holders, so you have extra room. For those of you who have older Sprinters and are used to just having the one that's up here and the one in your door, this is a much better setup. So, and I think that's pretty much going to wrap up our walkthrough of this Winnebago Boldt. Again, this is a 2022 70BL. It is available right now. If you have any questions about this Winnebago Boldt or any other unit in our inventory, please feel free to give me a call. Again, my name is Brian Moritz with Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. My phone number is 303-482-6375. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.